It was the early hours of Christmas Day in 2021 when the Malamulele police station received reports of a possible shooting that took place in Jimmy Jones village located in Malamulele in Limpopo. The police promptly responded to these reports, and when they arrived in the homestead where the gunshots were heard, they found a gruesome scene. 7 bodies, which included 2 men aged 33 and 37, a heavily pregnant woman aged 33, 2 little boys aged 12 and 4, and 2 little girls aged 8 and 1. The 8-year-old girl was found still alive and was rushed to get help, but she unfortunately passed on her way to hospital. This homestead belonged to the Ndou family where Ndou lived with his wife Portia Mabasa, their 5 children, as well as his brother Mpondo. All of them, except a 9-year-old boy who escaped unharmed, had been killed during the shooting. 40 kilometers away from this gruesome scene, a 52-year-old man walked into Ndou police station to open a case against his family members for wanting to take his firearm. Upon further questioning, the man and his firearm were linked to the shooting of the Ndou family. This man was identified as Ndou, an uncle to the 2 male victims, Mpo and Ndou. Enoch is said to be brothers with the late father of Mpo, and upon further investigations, he was charged with 7 counts of murder. It was a sad scene for the Ndou family, as they had planned to gather for Christmas at this very home that day. According to reports, the shooting resulted from a dispute about the ownership of the family home. The home is said to have belonged to Enoch's father, and he had left it for Enoch and his late older brother, who is Mpo and Ndou's father. When Ndou's father passed away, the siblings inherited their father's share of the homestead. It is alleged that Enoch did not like this arrangement at all, and even though he didn't live in this homestead anymore, he wanted full control and authority on who gets to come in, go, or stay there. When his brother's children refused him this level of control, he opted for violence and consequently killed his nephews and their family. These family killings shook the whole of South Africa and left the rest of the Ndou family completely inconsolable, especially Mpo and Ndou's mother. In just one night, she had lost 2 sons, a daughter-in-law, and 4 grandchildren. The 7 victims were laid to rest on New Year's Day, the 1st of January 2022, and they were surrounded by family members and Jimmy Jones community. Enoch Ndou, on the other hand, has had a series of court appearances since the killings. His first appearance was on the 28th of December 2021, but this was postponed to the 4th of February 2022 for his bail application. At this appearance on the 4th of February, the suspect and his lawyers put in quite an effort to ensure that he is granted his bail. Enoch even took a stand testifying that he is a professional nurse at Mahikeng Hospital and staying behind bars any longer will result to him losing his job and suffering financial loss. He told the court that he would lose his cars and his land if he was kept in custody any longer. He gave the court 3 addresses he will stay at should he be granted bail, and some of the addresses he had given are of relatives since he is not married and doesn't have children. However, the relatives he had listed are said to have refused to stay with him because of fear and disgust of what he is accused of doing to his own blood. Fortunately for the Ndou family, his bail was denied, and this was well received by the Malamulele community who were camping outside of the courthouse, ready to cause the ultimate chaos should Ndou be granted bail. They had threatened to destroy the court building, the police station, and the nearby shopping complex. Ndou is to remain behind bars until his trial begins on the 22nd of April 2022. May the souls of the 7 Ndou family members rest in peace, and may the person responsible for this massacre be held accountable at all costs.